setting those against military necessity, and I was very interested in the comprehensive answer provided by Nairobi, where I think it really turns around what you mean by complete closure. As I think you mentioned in the intro, I spent some 20 years commanding soldiers on military operations, and in my considered view, there are occasions, particularly in a non-international armed conflict, where it will be necessary to deny a route for a specific period, primarily because your opposition is able to fade into the civilian population, and thus if you don't deny a route, you allow civilian passage down that route, you may well be allowing the opposition to escape from a particular operation that you've set for him. So I think, in my view, specific short duration closures, if it is militarily necessary, can certainly be considered. However, the commanders concerned must assess the humanitarian consequences and their obligations under IHL. What they can't do with a road closure is to deny access to goods essential to the survival of the civilian population for an extended period. And if we're talking about 24 hours, clearly that may not necessarily be relevant. Much more relevant, of course, though, is the obligation to allow treatment for the wounded, and indeed the obligation applying to the military themselves. And that is relevant even in a short-term road closure. So therefore, if you're considering closing a road as a military commander, the first thing you must do is assess the consequences and what your obligations are. If it's feasible, you must coordinate with humanitarian actors in making that assessment. If you're then going to close the road totally, you must still allow medical passage, and again you can coordinate that with the humanitarian agencies. Either there can be a certain window for that to take place, or it's done directly on a case-by-case basis. But of course you still have the right to search medical vehicles, medical evacuation using that route. If, however, you consider you must close that route completely, then you have an obligation to provide an alternate route for medical evacuation, and again that can